y'all. Welcome to another episode of Candid Talk with your host, Rasheen Winter Harris, and this man right here, the yawning god,
Emperor Shaq Daddy in the building. I'm a little tired.
Shit, we all a little tired out this mug. And today we're gonna be talking about mental health for young men, men in general. So let's have a serious conversation about that. Join us today. Let's get it.
It's Candid Talk where we lay it down. No room for fakes, we wear the crown.
Mental health. And it's really, we just listened to a video of, I don't know if it was a girl or sister.
It was a video of a friend of mine. Her daughter had a classmate, I would assume, that decided to take his own life. And hearing her as a young woman speak about the importance of telling men how important they are and how it's okay not to be okay sparked this particular episode.
Yeah. Because that's the real thing. Like most guys, or most young men especially, they're raised by a parent, let's say, telling them to suck it up, or
Yep.
you're a man, and men don't cry or something like that. That's still a thing. Even though we try to live in a world where it's supposed to be more open for everybody, but you still run into those cases where there's not really an outlook for men because it's not really nobody trying to understand what the hell a young man would be going through. And it's sad that they didn't have an outlet to actually get those emotions out. To take your own life is
Yep. That's a big decision right
that's a
there.
big decision right
And to
there.
actually follow through with it.
The follow through is really that means you was really going through it, or it was something that you couldn't bear with anymore, and
Something you couldn't bear alone. And that's the biggest part.
yeah, bearing things alone, I think, is
That's the only
that's the
problem.
hardest.
That's the only problem is people make you do things on your own. And we're not here by ourselves. We're all here in this world to live together, to love together, to enjoy this world together. It's never supposed to be some one person just dictating everything for everyone. Like, we're all supposed to be able to compromise, love one another, share with one another and shit like that. And people don't understand that. Everyone's so fucking selfish these days, which is why this topic is probably going to make me pissed the fuck off. But it is what it is.
Why do you think it's so hard for, let's say, a young man in general, just to express how he actually feels versus holding that shit in and just bearing it? Like, why do you think that is, especially in 2025, where they say it's okay to express your emotions, etc.?
Well, first of all, who is they that says it's okay? Because I still don't know the people that say it's okay. The people that say it's okay aren't even men.
That's a fact.
So for a man to listen to anybody else that's not a man is already the wrong way to get that message across.
So you think men need to deliver the message to
More
other
men need to deliver the message, yes. Because that's just the way things are set up. Although we want to say that we're growing and evolving as a culture, a nation, a world, or whatever, we're still using all these real old methods of living life, which is why people are still doing some of the stupid stuff that they're doing since 19.
I kind of agree with that, but I disagree because I feel like it's mainly only men that don't get to change. And we get held under that old shit, like you're saying, because let's say if you are expressing your emotions, you're gay. That's how they look at you.
Right.
If you try to set a boundary, you're also gay. That's how they look at you. Or weak, or
Well,
etc. So
that's my point. The problem is, who's telling them this mostly?
women.
Why?
I don't know. Honestly.
Exactly.
I don't
No one knows why.
I actually don't know.
No one knows why at all, but because for all these years it's been said that if you do these things, you must not be a real man.
Mm.
That's why women today, anytime they see a man doing something that's not 1983 man status, then they're considering these guys to be gay. They still living by old ass rules of how life should be lived.
Yeah, I think you're on point with that. It feels like women have adapted the way that men have run their shit, and they're trying to force, I guess, men to feel the way that women would feel, so that they could feel on an equal playing field.
Well, from Willie Lynch's letter, he's doing
Uh,
exactly what he said he was
yeah,
going to do. He was
yeah,
going to
yeah,
flip the demographic of the black household,
yeah,
where now the men are the weaker and the women are the stronger.
yeah.
And they think that because of their
The anti-feminist
Indep-
movement was actually for that too as well.
Oof.
When I found out, when I seen that with that white CIA lady or some shit talking about how they corrupted our culture, not even our culture, because we didn't have our culture when they took our culture first.
culture
But they
been
took-
gone.
Yeah,
The culture was gone since slavery was here.
exactly.
Because
They
if
forced us
that
to
was
grow-
the case-
to learn they shit. pretty
Right,
much.
because if that was the case, we wouldn't even be in Christian religion. We would still be doing African religion and stuff. So,
They have a form of Christianity over there. What I was surprised about.
well, that's now.
No, I'm talking about from before. It's
No, still now.
I'm talking about before. Look it up, bro. It blew my mind. They have I believe they have the real shit. The real
Well, it's still, I feel like it was introduced by the French. It wasn't something that they chose to do on their own.
shit. Mm.
It was introduced to them by some other culture. It wasn't just
That
something
could be,
they
that could
picked
be a
up on.
possibility, but they have one of the. I think it's in Africa that they have one of the oldest Bibles known to man or some shit like that.
Yeah,
And,
everything is in
I think
Africa.
everything converted. I believe that's why they really were taking over or colonizing Africa more than anything. to corrupt
Right,
some of those
because
stuff.
everything is there.
I would
All
rather
the
see
origination.
their Bible, but yeah, we getting off topic with that one. But yeah, as far as like the outlet in America,
Everything is just screwed up over here in America. So
Yeah.
men's mental health is just going to suffer until men decide that they're going to stop the foolishness, because all the brawn over brain stuff, that's done with. Technology is about to take over, and if you ain't got a little bit of brain on you, you're going to be lost in the sauce out here in these streets. So y'all got to either tap in and realize that what we've been living off of all these decades is not right, and we need to start living a different way so that we can bring our young men back to their status, or we're going to be doomed to be a real feminine controlled country and world and everything else, because
we already are a feminine control country.
no, not really.
You don't think so?
We still got a bunch of jackass men in these seats everywhere making decisions for people and deciding that whatever they decide to sign on this paper is what we should do. So
You don't think the last few years in general is more feminine or more targeted towards the feminine side? And that's even men as well, because it doesn't really seem like there's a lot of laws or rights or anything. Let's say even help. Let's say if you was homeless, it's gonna be hard as hell for you to find a place or get some help. If you're a woman or gay, they have a lot of outlets as far as helping them as well. But there's no a general man. No, there's not really much outlets. There's no help when it comes.
but
to
see, that's the
income,
thing.
etc.
You're talking about getting help versus being in control. They're not in control, they just set up better.
What you mean, help versus control?
Okay, help versus control. The people that are giving the rights for the women to be able to find housing, but they can't have it if they have a man in their lives.
That part, yeah. That's a real thing.
That's not a woman saying that. You think a woman wants to be by herself? That's a man that made that law to separate the women from their men so that they could have to suffer alone, and the man would have to be out there in the wilderness to get it how they get it. He wants to make our families weaker so his families look stronger.
I ain't knocking that at all.
So
That's
yeah.
actually in the. I could research that.
Now, if women were in control, women would be at the top of all of these corporations and holding CEO positions and be the majority in the chairs at these legislative branches and all of that. But you don't see that. There's enough of them in there to say that they're there, but they're not in control by any means.
But I think they have a stronger influence. So I'm not saying they control anything, but they can get things influenced way faster than a bunch of men can for some reason.
I wish that was true too.
Yeah.
But if that was the case, Jasmine Crockett would have had a lot of things going on that she's been preaching about since been preaching about.
I don't know about the preachers. Preachers a little bit different.
What you mean?
I mean, preachers say a lot of things, in my opinion. Shit.
She's not a preacher.
Oh, who's that?
She's a congresswoman. She works in
I
the...
don't know her.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't know her.
Okay, well, Miss Crockett has been in there trying to fight for the rights that we
Oh,
deserve.
shit, no, I think I do know her.
Yes, you know her.
Yeah,
She's
yeah,
the only
yeah,
black
yeah.
woman that's fighting for our rights in the Congress.
Yeah. Well, she's one. I mean, it's a little bit different.
That's all I'm saying. You're saying... I'm just
You're
telling
talking
you.
about black people in general.
I'm not talking about black people in general. I'm talking about women. Women aren't in. They don't have more influence. If they had more influence, then things would be going the way they want them to go. They wouldn't be going in a way that we can't do what we want to do with our bodies type situation. You're saying they have influence.
I mean, that's just changed. It's been going their way for a long period of time.
Okay, so what aspects?
Like what you just said about the body, like that was another thing that was promoted and actually.
No, that was something that they found out that they can make money from. So yeah, let them kill their babies if they want to.
Absolutely.
That's not a woman's choice to do that. That was something
They have
that
to
was.
choose to.
They asked for that. They asked for that to be a possibility because it was killing women that weren't supposed to be giving birth. That's where it came into. But that was a man's choice to make abortions legal. So that wasn't influenced by women. That was a health thing.
But then it wouldn't be a thing if it wasn't influenced for women, though. Like that's a thing for women.
It's for health. Period.
For who? That's only for women.
Yeah, because they're the only ones that can get pregnant. But that doesn't mean they're influencing anything just because a health reason specifically to the female gender came up. I know you don't. Yeah. We never see things the same way.
Nah. That's definitely. I mean, there's a lot of different cases of why that was a thing. Like being taken advantage of and shit like that. Those cases. But just to have it out there in general as a service, just like plastic surgery just became a service versus an actual fixing for malfunction, let's say an accident or some shit like that. Everything became more cosmetic, aesthetic.
Because men saw that they can make money off the women, so they allowed it to be something.
So you saying that's all influence from men making money off of women?
Yeah, everything is about making money. Ain't none of this stuff
that's
just
big business in general. Of course,
right.
I think it's about making money.
But it's not because it's influenced by women. That's what I'm saying. You saying influence. Influence does not mean the same thing you think it means, obviously, because influence is one thing. But having something because it's a necessity for you not to die with a child in your body, and then furthermore allowed to happen more often because money could be made from it, that's not influence.
I don't know, because that's like demand right there. So demand for it would be the influence.
Okay.
But there is really, how the fuck do we get shit like even down to health and that shit, like there's more advantages or easier to obtain if you're.
All I'm saying, if it was influenced by women, it would be free. It wouldn't be something they would have to pay for.
That's America. Nothing's free.
Right. So, like I said, if it was influenced by women, it wouldn't be the way it's set up. It would be set up differently. Because who wants to make something that, I really enjoy this right here, but I'm going to make myself have to pay for it? If that was the case, women wouldn't be paying thousands of dollars for new titties. They would be paying less for new titties. So it's not influenced by them. It's something that they saw, shit, they want it. Well, let's give it to them. Let's just charge their ass for it.
You just kind of just said what I just said. They want it, which is the demand.
Yeah, demand is one thing, but influence is different. That's what I'm saying.
What's the difference? So explain what influence
Oh
means to
my
you.
gosh. Because I'm gonna just look it up because these definitions is really where we be fucking disagreeing at. The capacity to have an effect on the character, development, or behavior of someone or something, or the effect itself. So, again, if they were influencing it if they were the influence for these things to happen, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't be setting the price for it to be where it was. The world ain't designed for their influence. It's designed because they can take advantage of what they want.
It seemed like a situation where both things can be true.
There is, but you keep telling me everything ain't everything, so
No, everything isn't everything.
right.
That's not a
So
good thing. But overall,
that's why I
with this,
didn't go there.
huh?
I said that's why I didn't go there.
Yeah, but I mean, I see what you're talking about on this one, but there's really nothing that I feel like there's no. So why isn't there any services or help for men? And who influences that?
What
If
do
you
you
don't think
mean?
women influence it, you don't think it's money.
What
you don't
do you,
think
wait a
men-
minute. What are you specifically speaking about?
I'm talking about like help in general, like because as we just said, a lot of those stuff from housing to financial help, even.
You don't think there's anything out there for men?
Not really. It's not. It's way less. Way
Okay,
less.
there's way less.
Yeah, and it's
Right.
way harder to obtain as well.
White.
You gotta be
Now
almost. You
that
said white?
let's take right. Let's take it back to where we started off in the beginning
Okay.
when we said that there needs to be more men that stand up and make that difference happen.
But that's been. There's actually men movements and men groups that have been complaining
Okay,
about things
right.
for a long period of time and things that haven't changed for them.
How many?
I don't know the numbers.
Right, but how many women have been complaining about things that they've gotten influenced into society?
I don't know why we keep talking about women. This is about men.
I know. You brought them up.
No, I brought the comparison of how much help that they have more than men do.
You said this world has been designed by the influence of females. You brought it into the conversation.
Feminine, yes.
Right. You said you don't know how we got here. You brought it in. That's all I'm saying. But back to the men. How many men are really out there trying to get a change to happen for us?
A lot.
A lot?
Yeah.
And you think because those people are just
I
being
think it's
ignored?
Just being denied. Yeah, it's just being denied. Just because like the old model, men are supposed to be tough, supposed to be able to figure this shit out.
And again, like
That's
I said
the
from the
old model.
beginning, we've got to stop living by the old model. And then you
But
said,
if there's already people fighting against the old model and it won't change, that's my point. Like, what did I say that was different from that?
when you watch this episode again, you'll see.
I'm gonna watch it.
But nevertheless, we're going on to help for men. So with the help for men, what do you think needs to be done differently? Because you say that we getting denied help and all this other stuff. Well, what other methods do we have? What else can we do?
For men in general, let's say if it's not external help, for one, we got to start focusing on actually what's going wrong with us internally. Like maybe that's your environment, maybe that was your upbringing, maybe that's a trauma that you haven't addressed. Focus on that shit first. Fixing your mind, pretty much. Fixing your mind, because whatever's going on in your head is going to mess up anything on the outside of your mind. So that's where I would say start first. And that could be therapy for some. Some people believe in therapy, but I believe in not just therapy. You need life coaching. I think men need more life coaching than anything, because some people haven't been raised right. They don't know exactly how to be a man.
And who are they going to get this coaching from?
That's what you already said. Men need to do more. So why not create groups for life coaching, etc.? Like we need more of that, but it needs to be more. Not even just I would say mandatory to actually get your mindset checked. That way, it won't be situations like what happened to that young man. Like, because nobody would know. I think that needs to be added into school. We need counselors back. I heard they're getting rid of that.
They've been got rid of those.
They've been.
They're just set up now to get kids to college. That's what their main job is now. There is
That's
no
crazy.
guidance counselor that sits down and holds the doll and say, "Where did they touch you?" No. Them bastards come in now and they say, "What school do you want to go to? Have you taken your ACT, SAT?"
Yeah, that's more money motivated as well.
Right.
School is all that's a money grab as well.
Everything is manipulated by money, manipulated by the dark forces.
Well, what do you think we need to do or to help men out?
What do you mean? What do I think we need to do? We saying it. We need to do the things. Because just because there are a lot of people out there, everybody needs to be doing the things.
What you mean everybody needs it? So
Everybody needs to be aware of what needs to be done and do it. Everyone likes to talk about it, which is cool because at least it's being
that's a
talked
first step.
about.
Yeah, that's a good
But
step.
when it's time to implement, no one's really willing to sacrifice the time and effort necessary to implement the things that we're talking about.
So what's the biggest hurdle to avoid, or not even to avoid, to actually accrue? I don't even know if that word isn't making sense right now.
Yeah,
To
I use a bunch of
obtain
words wrong.
a better society for, I guess, we already said people got to do it. It's just like, this is the same shit going in a circle.
Right. That's all I'm saying. Like, the main thing is people have to want to change. And if they don't want to change, then we're just spinning our wheels. Because even if we set up a program right now today and told people, hey, meet us at this address, this location, if you guys want to get life coaching on whatever, then at that point, people have to want that. So if they don't want it, they don't come, they don't show up, then having a program does nothing.
That's very true. And so to be like the grown Boy Scouts, the Girl
Right.
Scouts. Damn, I actually went to Boy Scout when I was a kid too. That's crazy shit. That development was a little bit different. I don't really have a direct answer for now, but I really feel like you kind of have to have, if anything, to start out with. Let's say if we don't get all these programs and shit down, you at least have an outlet as far as somebody to talk to, whether that be family or friends. I don't think holding shit in is productive for anybody in general.
Well, see, that's
matter how
another
you feel.
problem. We're talking about having someone to talk to. People do have people to talk to. They just the wrong people to talk to. Because you don't think people talk to somebody before they decide to kill themselves?
Some people don't.
Some people do. And they go talk to them people and they be like, man, and brush them off. But that was your homie. That's your G. That's the one you know, always be around. But ain't nobody trying to hit it. Why? Because no one cares. Everyone's fucking selfish. Like I said in the beginning. So because everyone's so selfish these days, nothing's really going to be what it needs to be until we realize that we're not here by ourselves, living, thriving, and doing the things. Because if that was the case, then it would be us at our houses, growing our own shit, getting our own cotton stretched and making our own clothes instead of going to the mall and picking up shit and buying shoes and buying groceries from the grocery store. You're not doing it all by yourself. There are several thousands of people that affect everything that you do on a daily basis. But for whatever reason, everyone thinks being selfish is the way to go. So yeah, I'm aggravated as hell.
So it sounds like no matter what, you don't believe anything's going to change until people actually start being less selfish and open and doing something.
Well, until they want it. No one wants this stuff. We complain about it sometimes because we particularly want it. So we just need to work on us and do what we can do with the ones that are wanting it. But for us to try to change a whole demographic of people, it's just not going to happen. These
I don't believe
bastards
we can
don't
do that.
want
Hell
it.
no. I feel like we're only going to be able to change it. We're going to reach the 5% of people that's going to
The ones that want it.
The ones that actually truly want it.
Right.
I do feel terrible for those that don't have an outlet in general, but sometimes you have to be that for yourself. That's why I say work on your
And
mind.
that's not good, man.
Read.
And you can't be there for yourself when you don't know where to turn, what to do. Like that's what the situation is right now with me as an adult. Like certain situations I get, and I'd be like, "Where am I going to go to get this? Where am I going to go to get that?" I do not know. I'm supposed to have people in my corner to be like, "Hey, I got you. Come over here. We're gonna work on this." Blah 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 blah. But because we don't have these people, it's just sad, bro. Like, cause ain't no reason why no young boy should want to kill himself for no reason at all. I'm sorry.
To actually do it though. That's
The follow through, like
the
I
follow
said, that
through.
shit is
That's
horrible.
yeah, that's terrible. Honestly. And the whole reason, honest, the reason why I started this podcast is for people like that, honestly, and just to have these serious conversations. That way, they'll know that they're not alone while they're listening, and they be like, maybe we say something that can actually reach out and touch, or maybe y'all need some. Y'all can hit us up. You hit me up. Shit, I've been a mentor to a lot of people, or at least talk you through it, talk you down off that ledge. But at the end of the day, you kind of gotta get down yourself and figure out what's actually wrong. And sometimes it's embarrassing to talk about the shit that's actually wrong with them
It
because
shouldn't
people
be.
are judgmental
That's
as
the
well.
problem.
It's really hard to talk to
Selfish.
somebody without them having an instant. Well, I mean, that's a human. That's a human thing. That's a more.
Is it really though?
Kind of is. Kind of is. You
I
kind of
think
gotta train yourself to
I
not
think it's
be that.
societally embedded in you to be judgmental. Because
Partly.
if we were just being on some natural shit, even if we take it natural into religion, thou shalt not judge because come on, you're not the judge.
I mean, I'm not talking about the final judgment, but I'm just saying.
I'm just saying judgment period.
Yeah.
No one should judge because who are you to judge when you
That's a natural
don't
instinct,
have
though. That's what I'm saying. It's a natural instinct. It's
I
like if you
guess.
see a bug, what's that? Yeah.
Well, see, when I tell people it's a natural instinct to be racist, they think no.
Because racism is just a superiority thing, typically, and you just dislike everybody else but your own at that point. So I don't know. Maybe I just think it's that's that's a whole different topic. Yeah,
Right.
racism.
A lot of this stuff, bro. Like, at the end of the day, my whole thing is this. In order for us to stop losing our young men to suicide, to all of the death that's been going on, someone's got to give a damn to want to help them. And I don't really see anybody that really wants to help. A bunch of them are out here doing things, and some of them are doing the coaching and everything else. And then a lot of people feel like the only way to get through to these kids is to cuss at them and make them do stuff. And a lot of parents are okay with the cussing and carrying on. They feel like that's the only way you're going to get through to mine, whatever, what have you. But at the end of the day, there's too many different mindsets, too many different personalities for us to really find a one, this way will work to save the millions. So it is what it is.
No, I don't think one way will actually work for everybody either.
Right.
But that's why I think there got to be different coaches, different guidance.
That's why there
different
needs to be a
counselors.
whole, you talk about a lot of people are doing things, not enough. It might seem like a lot, but it's not enough.
Yeah. Oh, that's all I got for today. I want y'all to tell me what y'all think in the comments. Appreciate Shaq Daddy for joining me. Very touchy subject. We might have to delve into this one again.
Yeah.
But until next time, peace, y'all.